The Successful Presentation by Brian Mojica. So I'd like to start with my introduction. Hi guys, I am Brian Mojica and I'm a senior here at George Mason University. I currently work at full-time at the National Science Foundation as a grants administrator, and I'm also in the Navy Reserves as a hospital corpsman, serving 7 years on active duty and 2.5 years in the reserves. Today I will be presenting something that I hope you will all enjoy and actually think about how you conduct yourself in a professional and personal environment. Outliers was written by Malcolm Gladwell, who wrote four New York Times bestsellers, which include this book, Outliers. In his career, he was a Canadian journalist and a former reporter for the Washington Post. He has provided many inspirational speeches around the world. He makes us question the understanding of the advantages of disadvantages, arguing that we have underestimated the value of adversity and overestimated the value of privilege. He supported research greatly in sociology and psychology, in which he did win a National Magazine Award by the American Psychological Society and the American Sociological Society. Chapter 4, Trouble with Geniuses, Part 2. In this chapter, it gives a tale of the rough life of Chris Lagan, who was the oldest child. He had three brothers, but each had a different father. They lived in the poorest conditions, even lived in a teepee on an Indian reservation. It was so bad that they had only one set of clothes, and they would have to wash their clothes daily in a bathtub together naked, since they only had that one set of clothes. Chris's stepfather was an abusive drunk, and one day he finally could not take it anymore, so he punched him in the face, and that was the last time his mother and his brothers saw him. At the most unexpected time, a great opportunity was offered to him, and that was to attend college with a full scholarship. He had to choose between the University of Chicago or Reed University in Oregon. He decided to go to Reed University. It was a tremendous change from what he was used to. He unfortunately was a shy type of guy. He was unable to speak out, but he was still very smart. He actually received straight A's in the first semester. Soon enough, in the second semester, he finds out that he was not going to get his scholarship anymore, and it was due to his mother not turning in the financial paperwork to renew his scholarship. He was told that all the money has already been given out. He then left the college and he got straight F's. He started working, but he knew that he still needs to go to school. He ended up living in Montana and he got accepted to Montana State University. Again, another unfortunate event happened to him, and in this case, the engine in his car fell out of his car because his brothers were using it and driving it through the rail tracks. He asked the school if he could switch his two early morning classes into the afternoon so he would not be absent in his classes. His advisor and the dean rejected his request because on his transcript at Reed University, they feel that he needs to learn to take responsibility. Chris felt that the administration did not care for him, and again he dropped out. This, though, was an epic moment for him that has molded his view of the education system and the people in it. He was still smart and, well, a genius. He did eventually got a job offer from Harvard. He thought for a second this was his big chance to have his genius ideas illuminate with the support of the Harvard name. From his experience with the people of the education system, the educators are not there for what he provides to the students, but just for fame and money. This chapter also talks about Robert Oppenheimer, who grew up way differently than Chris Lagan. We all know him as the leader in creating the first atomic bomb in the Manhattan Project during World War II, which was a huge success. Um, his family was a very wealthy family, and he had both parents there to support him. Robert did go to college and did graduate actually at Harvard. He continued his studies into grad school, and when he was going for his PhD, he had a tutor, and that same tutor forced Robert to go to a different field of physics than he actually wanted to. So he tried to poison his tutor, which caused him to not get his PhD. He himself has so much positive outputs, unlike Chris. So, what is the definition of success. According to Webster, it is the fact of getting or achieving wealth, respect, or fame, the correct or desired result of an attempt, satisfactory completion of something, degree or measure of succeeding.
To represent Donald Trump and the Trump Organization, somebody has to be driven, but maybe more important than anything, they have to love it. If they don't love it, they'll never, ever be successful. Once they love it, and once I can see they enjoy what they're doing, and they've got the talent to do it, they can't stop.
I'm suggesting that you operate out of a larger vision of yourself. I want you to see yourself doing what you want to do, experiencing what you want to experience, having what you want to have, doing what it is that gives your life some meaning and value. Operate out of your imagination, not your memory. Because whenever you look at where you want to go, I'm wanting to warn you, you will have some conversation back here after you go through the data that you've experienced in life saying you can't do it. And so what you want to begin to do is ignore that inner conversation. Well, most people, ladies and gentlemen, when something happens to them, what they do is they begin to believe that that's the way it is. That's the way it's always been. And they can't see the possibility of it being any different.
Thinking outside of the box is something that is very much of a cliche, but if you really want to be successful, that's how you're going to have to do it.
You know, a lot of people often ask me, what's the key to my success? How did I become the man I am today? My answer is seldom the same. But when I think back, I remember it never used to be this way.
The greatest thing that can happen to a businessman or woman is to surround yourself with talented people who also happen to be loyal. You never know what makes a loyal person. And guess what? If they're not loyal to you one time, don't give them a second chance, because they won't be loyal to you the next time.
Some people have, and some people don't. There is only a magical thing called, I want to work hard enough to master this, right? That's what it means to be great at math. So that's the first lesson about great competitors. It's a really, really simple, dumb, obvious lesson, which is the greatest competitors work harder than everybody else.
You cannot be successful without passion. If you don't love what you're doing, if you don't have passion for it, forget it. Do something else. You'll be much more successful, and you'll lead a lot happier life.
To live this life, I have the desire and the drive and the want to give in this way.
That how people live their lives is a result of their state of mind. It has been said, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. So part of the process, number one, is expose yourself to positive messages.
Positive attitude is all about self-confidence, and self-confidence is the whole ballgame.
In your heart that if someone has done it, then you can do it. It's possible. And that if someone can make their dream become a reality, that it's possible that you can make your dream become reality. And so as you begin to look at where you want to go, beginning to embrace that, it's possible. I'm blessed and highly favored. I've got a lot going for me. I got some good stuff in me. And it's possible that I can bring my greatness out here in the universe. That I can do what I want to do. It's possible I can write my own book. I can have my own business. I can take the trip and travel around the world. It's possible. I can bounce back from adversity and reinvent my life. It's possible, regardless of where I am.
Through some of the quotes that were in that video. So the first one, ignore that inner conversation when something happens to them. What they do is they begin to believe that's the way it's always been, and they can't see the possibility of being different. So just because you live in a certain way doesn't mean it is permanent. You are the captain to your own ship in your life, so steer yourself to where and what you want to be. All it takes is for you to make that decision and actually do it. The next one is how they live their lives is a result of their state of mind. You don't get it in life what you want, you get in life on what you are. So part of the process, number one, expose yourself to positive messages, self-confidence, the whole ball game, positive attitude. Donald Trump even said, surround yourself around talented and loyal people. Being positive will help make you positive. It is like osmosis. If you want to be positive, act positive. Be that positive person who gets what they want because that is who you are. Malcolm Gladwell, he did say, the greatest competitors work harder than everybody else. So work hard for what you want and don't let others take away from what you want. Dreams can be a reality, it's possible. So live your dreams because it is possible and it's all up to you. So you're wondering how does it apply to us? Human resources is actually an important function, career and life development. Do not just say no. Strategically think of resources and ways to achieve the employee's career goals. Success equals career and life development. Happy employees will positively progress and bring out their full potential, which will spread and make the company more productive and successful. Individual success should be the company's top priority. Employees make the company function. If they are broken or unhappy, it is like a house with an unstable foundation and an earthquake is about to happen. So we want to educate, train, empower, and reward them. Story, Chris Legan, the university, they should have offered him other scholarships, work study loans, federal and state grants, school funds, outreach programs. There's many other resources out there. For Montana State University, they should just change his schedule or even try to figure out why did he get straight A's in the first semester and F's on the second semester. So as human resources, we have a duty to make others succeed. In order for us to succeed, their future is in your hand.